on to our next speaker, Peter Garrett, who is currently the interim president of Innovate Calgary. I think we have it wrong in the booklet, but it's been changed now on the website. And when I first spoke to Peter, he said, "Well, you know, I'm the interim person here. I'm not sure I'll be there." I said, "Well, we wanted you for your extensive background and knowledge about innovations in Calgary over many years." And you'll see that after graduating from the U of C electrical engineering, he joined Nortel Networks, which was just mentioned in the previous discussant's talk, and then was very engaged and led a team of over 1,200 engineers. I can't imagine how that would be, trying to oversee 1,200 engineers. And then he moved on to Global Thermoelectric in 2001 and was the past chair of Calgary Technologies. And many of you are aware, Innovate Calgary is a relatively new entity. And Peter comes to this with a fairly broad background of the local issues in innovation in Calgary, and we're very much looking forward to providing that local perspective. Welcome, Peter Garrett.
Thank you, John. Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here to speak to you about the regional perspective of innovation and technology transfer, and it's particularly a pleasure now that I know my comments will dovetail with Gabriella's comments from a Canadian perspective and Mel's comments from the provincial perspective. My comments today will focus on the regional ecosystem, what it is, why it's important, and what makes it successful. As you may be aware, Innovate Calgary exists solely to support and help build this regional innovation ecosystem. Like Gabriella, I'd like to start with the word innovation. It can mean many different things to different people and organizations. So let's start with a definition in the context how I'll be using it today. At Innovate Calgary, it's our view that innovation is more than new creations or research excellence. It's about the transformation of these new creations or research outcomes into something that generates social and economic benefit, again, aligning with Gabriella's comments. In our context, inventions must be deployed to be true innovations, and having a thriving ecosystem is key to that transformation. In a recent document from Canada's Public Policy Forum, it states that while innovation and enterprise are ultimately global, their origins are intensely local. For Canada to be a true innovation nation, we must support and build strong local ecosystems. So what is a regional innovation ecosystem? What does it look like? Just like a biological ecosystem, there's multiple interconnected entities that exist synergistically. This includes public sector support services such as ourselves at Innovate Calgary and others, and also the private sector services, lawyers, accountants, business consultants, etc., all working together to assist and facilitate inventors, investors and entrepreneurs in small and medium-sized enterprises to succeed in generating a combination of economic and social benefit. The healthier the ecosystem, the higher the frequency of successful outcomes. An important point to note is that each of these components needs to develop in parallel. It's like a stool. If one of the legs is shorter than the others, there'll be an imbalance and the stool won't function properly. Here in Alberta, we're blessed and perhaps in some ways cursed with having a large number of public sector entities supporting the ecosystem. A sampling of health-related entities is shown here, and representatives from a number of these entities are with us here today. The private sector also has a strong role to play and should be viewed as key partners. In our region, this includes organizations such as Startup Calgary, Incubator YYC, and a variety of private investor incubators and institutions, although many of these are mainly in the ICT service space. All of these organizations add value to the ecosystem and address specific needs. They're not competing, but rather offering complementary services that support innovation at different places in the process. So where does Innovate Calgary fit into the regional innovation ecosystem, and what's its role? Innovation is a contact sport. Inventors, entrepreneurs, and investors need to interact. A healthy ecosystem promotes both quantity and quality of interaction. We see facilitation of interaction as our first key role. Over the past few years, with the coming together of University Technologies International, UTI, and Calgary Technologies Inc., CTI, under the Innovate Calgary banner, this role has become much clearer and is now much easier to realize. Our second key role is to provide services to the players. In each of the three areas, we employ subject matter experts. This includes PhD-level technical experts, investment experts, and been there, done that before serial entrepreneurs. We link these experts together via client sync-up meetings where a new client who enters our system through door number 1 may end up getting the services they really need from behind door number 2 or door number 3. A not uncommon example is an entrepreneur who calls stating that he or she is investor ready and wants contacts, and often they have a kernel of a great business idea, but they're unable to communicate it clearly. We help them fine-tune their business plan and strategy and help them develop their investor pitch and then get them in front of investors. Let me walk through the services that we offer. First of all, licensing is one of Innovate Calgary's core functions focused on researchers and inventors. The services offered include analyzing technologies for commercial potential, developing intellectual property protection and strategy, establishing appropriate valuations and determining pathways for commercialization, marketing technologies to potential licensees, negotiating technology development agreements and licenses with industry partners, and lastly, providing ongoing post-agreement management and administration of intellectual property. Our licensing team has strong subject matter expertise, with all of the team members holding either a PhD or a master's degree. Our licensing service is a key component for the research community, and as the University of Calgary implements its Eyes High plan, we at Innovate Calgary need to step up and ensure we're able to offer services required to help the university achieve its goals. For entrepreneurs, we have our entrepreneur development services. Services in this area include coaching and mentoring, with a particular focus on mentoring from our entrepreneurs in residence. We have seminars and workshops, networking, access to capital, and partnerships. For early stage angel investors, we have the Alberta Deal Generator program. ADG is nonprofit and is province-wide. It's a joint initiative between Innovate Calgary and Tech Edmonton and is designed to facilitate investment in technology companies in Alberta. ADG helps simplify and formalize a marketplace for investors and entrepreneurs to interact. It's designed with input from the investor community, and it screens hundreds of potential deals each year from within the advanced technology sector, narrowing the list down to about a dozen or so per quarter. Those selected attend an intensive boot camp that helps prepare them for investors. Entrepreneurs then present at the Alberta Deal Generator private investor forums. Another service we offer is company creation. This service is generally available for game-changing early-stage startup opportunities that have some technological proof of concept or prototype and a strong market opportunity with a significant and defendable competitive advantage. For the opportunities that fit the company creation model, as the chart indicates, we offer a full suite of services. And lastly, another important service we offer is incubation space, including both physical space in the Alistair Ross Technology Centre, virtual tenancy through our corporate identity program, and subsidized space for university-based startups through the Research Transition Facility. At Innovate Calgary, we track a lot of metrics. Over the 30-ish years that CTI and UTI have been operating, an impressive list of accomplishments have come together, as the chart shows here. Over that time, the organization has been learning and getting better. Less than perfect experiences of the past hopefully are largely behind us. In terms of the area of health innovation, over the past year, we have had 33 medical invention disclosures, 25 of those coming from the U of C and 8 from the community. That represents 41% of our total disclosures. Of those, 23 went on to have patents filed and 3 deals were completed for the commercialization of those technologies. So a good level of activity, but certainly an opportunity for more to be done. Innovate Calgary's most successful licensing activity to date was a health innovation for the treatment of obstructive sleep apnea. We've recently signed a deal as well for a technology for the resuscitation of newborns, licensed exclusively to a market leader who has plans to sublicense it to their competitors. We also have a number of health-related companies in our portfolio. So where are we at with the development of the regional innovation ecosystem? Personally, I believe that Calgary is at an inflection point. We have the support organizations and the talented investors and entrepreneurs, and the investment community is growing. It's not 100% of the way there, but it's getting there. Calgary Economic Development tells us that we have 2,400 technology companies providing 10% of our employment. That's getting pretty substantial. At Innovate Calgary, we see it daily in that our business volumes are going up and demand for our services exceeds our capacity to supply. With this increase in demand and activity, we need to be careful that we don't miss opportunities and that our service levels don't deteriorate. Fundamentally, this is a high-grade problem and a good leading indicator of where the innovation ecosystem is headed. The number of technology companies in Calgary, including those that are health-related, is a testament to our region's capabilities. And I've taken the liberty of just listing out some of the names of health-related companies that are good going concerns. With that, I'll conclude. I look forward to the rest of the day and the opportunity to speak with you further. Thank you.